Hello and welcome. This is Padma from Moving Archetypes. In this video, I'm going to share with you the archetype of the archer and how it can offer us some intelligence or guidance about the relationship of body, consciousness, and technology. But before I proceed any further, please don't forget to like and subscribe and to share your comments. And if you like this video, please share it with others who may also enjoy the content. We are living in times where there's a lot of discussion about technology, and increasingly we're talking about how technology is going to be disconnected or to be something other than human consciousness. Of course, for a long time now, technology has been completely disconnected from body. In fact, we live lives where so much of what we do is completely denying the body or doesn't involve the body and bodily expression in any way, except if you can call, typing on the keyboard or on the smart devices as body involvement. But generally, we hardly involve the body in our actions, in the work that we do in the world, and in how we express ourselves in the world. Interesting that many ancient archetypes were archers. There are archer goddesses, archer gods, and they exist across traditions in many different cultures. So you have them in Greek mythology, you have them in Egyptian mythology, you have them in Indian mythology. And of course, there have been epics and stories written about these archers. If you go to the dance, the archetypal dance wisdom about the archer, there is an incredible practice of the archer, which allows us to reflect upon the whole constellation of archer. So we don't look at archer simply as we do in our narratives, where the archer is a warrior, a courageous or heroic person that is very good at fighting battles. But in dance, as it is always the case, the dance always goes deeper than the words. The words take us only to the doorway of an archetypal cave, but in the cave, literally, the dancers were actually expressing and performing these archetypal traditions, thereby deepening the teaching and the wisdom of these archetypes beyond just the story. So if we consider the archetype of the archer in dance, we find an incredible insight and guidance about how we relate skill, technology, body, and consciousness. I'm going to share this practice with you, this movement practice. You're very welcome to do this with me. Ultimately, dance is not about what we say about the dance. It is actually about the experience of it. So you're very welcome to do it with me. But if you don't, please attend to it with your body and your heart. Don't try and understand it from the mind, but try and to be with me as I am sharing the movement, connecting with the heart, with what you're feeling in your body. So here's the archetype. We begin with the lower body stance, which is very stretched. I'm on the ball of the feet, of both feet. Move a little bit further back so you can see the feet. I'm on the ball of the feet. In an archetypal dance, it is a full-bodied expression. So the lower and the upper body are both expressing certain characters or feelings. So here we have, it's almost like the stretched bow already in your lower body. And then the archer has the bow. And the first thing the archer does, there's a lot of dynamism in this stance. It's not just it's a very dynamic stance. It's not a resting stance. Then she lifts the bow, and first she just familiarizes herself with it. Familiarizing herself with the technology, her instrument. Then she bends the bow. The bending to test how flexible is this instrument or technology. And there are stories about archetypes, archetypal characters who break the bow. So when they break the bow, they then assert their domination over others. So the breaking of the bow is a breaking of one's relationship with that technology. Therefore, the technology must be strong, but also bending to the strength of the body without breaking. So there's this incredibly collaborative relationship. Now, if the body is broken, it's of no use, and if the technology is broken, it's of no use. So there is this tension, relationship, collaboration between the technology and the body. Then we pull the string of the bow. Now, as we're pulling this, we are also reflecting that in the lower body. The body starts to spread and open, and here we have this incredible constellation of intimacy, pulling something very close to the body, but also there is that intention to go into that distance. So here is this multi-dimensional intention constellation. It is equally something about our intimacy, our strength, our body-led strength and intelligence. Because archery, of course, is not a theoretical skill. It is, the body is there in it, the body is leading it. It requires very much an intelligence of body, strength, skill. So there is this intimacy and there is also this distance, this huge spectrum, all in that one constellation. So when we stretch the string and then when we release it, we are the arrow. We are the arrow. So leading with that lower body and being propelled into the world. So the action is not something that is disconnected from the technology, from the body and consciousness, but it is something that brings that as part of that expression and part of that offering. I hope you can sense the incredible interconnectedness between the skill, the body-led intelligence, the consciousness of the body, as well as this technology of this bow and arrow, and how they all have this interplay, this collaborative interplay, not only in releasing something, but it is that which is released as well. So the person, the technology, and the expression or action is all connected, completely interconnected. And when we have this wisdom, then the kind of conversations we have now about how we will not be part of an expression of a technology, or that it might even be inimical to us. All of these questions become dissolved in this united way. So when we speak, there's so much about union in archetypes. The archetypal wisdom is always about how to find union and confluence in everythingness, not by flattening and reducing it to the singular, but by being able to connect the everythingness and thereby, without any fragmentation, to bring something that is harmonious, that contains the primordial, which is the body and consciousness, as well as our mental intelligence of technology and skill together in a creative way into the world. I hope this gives you some food for thought and for movement, because they're both equally important. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to your company again.